Happy Wednesday, guys. It is the first Wednesday of the month, and there's something on my chin. Sorry. No makeup today. Hope that's okay. Just showing up real, and didn't do my hair today, so I'm wearing a hat. But today is the first Wednesday of the month, and every first Wednesday we do a live Q&A on YouTube and in my private Facebook group. So welcome to everyone. If you're joining, make sure to comment and let me know where you're joining from. I love the internet because we have people who join from all over the world, and that's really awesome. So I'm on here to answer all of your photography, business, and marketing questions. So if you have some, let me know. I have some that people have already sent in, so I'll go over that. But I also just kind of wanted to start today. I'm working on a course just based on like feedback and some things that I've been seeing. I do have a marketing agency for photographers who are wanting to earn $100,000 or more in their business. And I get a lot of applications for that service. And there's just some things that have been missing that people need to have before we can start marketing their business. So I'm putting together another like course about that. But one of the things, hey Roxanne, one of the things that I'm noticing is people are, let me just kind of go over it. I have some notes here. If you guys have questions, type them and I promise I'll get to them. But one of the things I just wanted to kind of chat about, there's like 3 different levels of photographers. And probably all 3 of you guys are going to be, photographers are going to be watching this video at some point. So I kind of wanted to address all different levels. And just kind of getting an understanding, and there's nothing wrong with any of these levels. We all started as the first level of photographer, which is the beginner. And the beginner is the group of photographers who are just starting out, they're just discovering their passion, or they're finally starting to take that passion a little bit more seriously. Perhaps you still shoot on auto, perhaps you don't shoot with a full frame camera yet, or you don't have a DSLR. And you're not really sure about some of the basics yet of shooting on manual. But you know that you love photography, you know that you want to get better at it, you know that it's a passion of yours that you want to pursue. And if you're here at this stage, welcome to one of the best industries in the world. And don't be discouraged that you're just beginning, because like I said, we all started at the beginning. We all had to pick up a camera at one point and learn. And it doesn't matter what age you are, the fact that you're pursuing your passion is absolutely incredible and amazing, because there are so many people who want to do something or they want to pursue a passion, but they never take those first steps to do it. So if you're here, I encourage you just keep going and keep learning. The next level of photographer would be the hobbyist. And a hobbyist photographer loves all things photography. They love learning new things about their craft. They love honing in their skills. They love doing creative shoots. They love capturing memories that are going to last for generations. And they're constantly taking pictures. Give me a thumbs up if this is you in the comments. And they really valiantly give it everything they've got to make their dreams of creating a business and making profits from their passion happen. And unfortunately, this is really where I see a lot of photographers get stuck, is in this role of hobbyist, because they're still treating their passion like a hobby and not like a true business. And this is just mostly because you guys just don't know any better. Creative industries like our school systems are really lacking because they seem to be leaving out how to actually make, grow, and manage money. And that is an essential of having a business, is learning how to do those things and knowing what the principles of business are. And I think a lot of photographers out there think that they're in business, but they're really stuck in this hobbyist level. Then there's those photographers out there that you see who are killing it. I mean, they are booked out for months, even years in advance. They're getting published and recognized left and right. They have more clients than they can serve. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars doing what they love, and you really just can't understand what it is that they're doing that you're not. This level of photographers is what we would call the entrepreneurial artist. This is the group of about 15% of photographers who have mastered not only their art and their craft, but they have also mastered the business of selling that art. They understand the principles of not only artistry, but also the principles of business and how to create hundreds of thousands of dollars doing what they love. And just FYI, they did not get here overnight. Nope, those artists or photographers all had to learn how to master their craft. They all started at the beginning. They had to learn how to build a profitable business, learn how to understand their ideal client, learn how to serve those ideal clients, and learn how to put together systems and processes to create the business that you see them having right now. And doing something that makes their soul sing and impacting the world through their unique talents and gifts is something that they dreamt of and didn't give up on. And to be honest, this can be you guys too. If you're not here yet, this can be you. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to know in order to get there in this upcoming course. So if you want more details, definitely leave a comment and I'll put you on the first notification list. But I just kind of wanted to outline that so that you could kind of understand, like, hey, if you're stuck right now, then maybe you can kind of see which level you're stuck in and know what the next level is and be able to maybe ask the questions or seek out the information to hit that next level that you're wanting to get to. Like, this is the whole reason I became a coach and why I spend hours and hours creating content, courses and services to help my fellow creatives and photographers make profits from their passion. And it's something I'm very, very passionate about. So I'm super excited about this course coming out soon. So, hey, Patricia, I'm so glad you're here. I know it's such a travesty that schools don't teach the business side. And it's not just creative industries, which is very big in creative industries that they don't teach that. But I think in school systems, like, I didn't learn, well, I was actually homeschooled through high school, which is probably something you guys don't know about me. But in general, I don't think schools, I remember taking, I don't even remember what the class was called, where we learned how to write a check in like 8th grade. But in general, like, we aren't taught how to make, manage, and grow money. Like, it's just not taught for some reason. So if you guys have questions, definitely pop them into the chat. I'm also live in my private Facebook group, and for some reason, I don't know, I never see you guys' comments. So if you have one, maybe hop on YouTube, my YouTube channel, and send it to me. Maybe I can pull a window out and see it on Facebook. Hold on. Maybe if I have that on the side, it'll show me any comments. Well, maybe if it will load. Gotta love technology. When it works, it's great. Let's see, let me find some of the questions that were asked this week. Someone actually wrote in and asked, if I have a blog, should I be putting a lead form at the bottom of each blog post to make it easier for people to inquire? Yes, that is definitely a good idea. If you guys have been following me for long, I built my entire business, never had a blog. It's not necessary to have a successful, profitable photography business. But if you enjoy blogging, by all means, definitely blog. But the whole purpose of a blog should be to drive traffic to your main landing page so that people will put in an inquiry there. But I also, so you should be having links on your blog to push them to your main website. But also, I definitely agree to have that contact form at the bottom of each blog post to make it as easy as possible if they're ready to go ahead and inquire. Love that question, Natasha. Come on, Facebook. I'm still trying to get it to load to see if you guys have any comments or questions. Okay, let's see. While we're trying to get that to work. Another question that came up were payment plans. Like, what payment plans do you recommend? Do you recommend having a prepayment plan or a post-payment plan? Do you recommend having like a payment plan contract? So I personally used to offer payment plans, and then I stopped doing it because I felt like I was becoming a bill collector and I didn't have time for that. So what I absolutely love and recommend is PayPal credit. PayPal credit actually offers 0% interest for up to 6 months with flexible payments, which means that you can pay every week, once a month, or you can wait until the end, like day 179, right before your 6 months is up, and pay it all off right then. So there's no like strict payment plan, like payment dates that you have to pay a certain amount by. So it gives you a lot more flexibility. And for photography clients, this is awesome for them, but you as a photographer actually get paid immediately. And then it allows the client to pay as they want to. Versus you having to get part of what you're owed and then basically have to wait. So I always tell my clients, hey, if you want to do a payment plan, there's 2 options. We can do a prepayment plan where you go ahead and reserve the shoot date with your retainer, and then we can schedule payments out until your shoot date. So you can kind of prepay for what you think that you're wanting or whatever the minimum is. And then once you see your images, then you can buy more if you want to. Some clients will pay the session fee and then use PayPal credit for their products. So that's the other option, is to do PayPal credit. And then I kind of explain to them, like I just did, how it works. And then I walk them through if they're approved. So I sit down with them right there in the consultation when we're talking about payment plans and say, hey, would you like to go ahead and see if you're approved for PayPal credit and if that's an option for you, and actually walk them through the steps of doing that. It takes like 3 to 5 minutes, and they'll know instantly how much they're approved for. So by doing this is just offering more service and being that expert and taking away any of those. Because if you leave it to them, they're going to leave and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll apply for it. And then life gets busy and it never gets done. And then you're like constantly following up, like, hey, are you still waiting to book? Which is not how you should follow up, but you get the point. So definitely I recommend either prepayment plans or PayPal credit for that. Let's see. Other questions. Someone said in one of the videos, or actually they are in my Websites That Work 103. Websites That Work 103 B-School training, and they were asking about targeted domains. So one of the biggest things when you become a photographer in business, you need to find and specialize in 1 to 3 genres. People who want to spend money and value art and photography are actually looking for an expert. They're looking for someone who specializes in whatever it is that they're needing. So in doing that, does it mean you only have to do 1 genre? No. You can still do like 1 to 3 genres. That's perfectly fine. But you need to have a landing page that is specialized for each of those. So then when you're doing digital marketing or SEO, if that's what you're doing, or they're searching organically, when they go to Google, which is where 96.3% of people go to do research, then imagine if it's someone looking for, let's just say a newborn photographer in Las Vegas. That's where I'm at. And they type in newborn photographer Las Vegas, and the first three things that come up are La Marie photography, trying to think of something, Mia Portrait Studios, and newborns by La Marie. Which one do you think that they're going to click on first? You guys said newborns. It is. Subconsciously, when you're looking and you're using certain keywords, you're going to click on whatever keywords pop up. So that's like a targeted domain name, is basically having the keyword of your genre in your domain name, so that subconsciously when someone's looking for whatever service that you offer, they automatically want to click on yours first because that keyword is present. So you can definitely do La Marie newborn photography, but ultimately, if you have that keyword first, their brain is going to connect that synapses so much faster. So that is just kind of like a side pro tip when you're choosing your domain names, to actually have a targeted domain name. Lexi, hey, so glad you joined us. You do street photography, but would like to get more into portraiture and event. How do you recommend building your portfolio? I recommend building your portfolio just by reaching out and doing, I hate the word model calls, but just asking people if they would be, model for you, be your muse, and let you take pictures of them. And in return, for you being able to use their images, just maybe giving them 5-10 digital images as a thank you. My question for you, Lexi, is what type of portraiture, and are you wanting to do event photography as a business, or just as like a side hustle / side fun thing? I'd be curious about that because I have some tips based on that. Let me see if there's any other questions I wanted to go over. I think that was all the ones that had come in. If you guys don't have any, that's perfectly fine. We'll save them for next week. Still can't get Facebook to work. Who knows? You would think that it would show me. What's going on in the group? Patricia, you mentioned domain names. Are you suggesting separate domain names? Yes, I definitely recommend having different domain names for your different genres. So if you have, I'm trying to think, if you have related stuff and you want to do one, so let's say it's Patricia Smith Photography, you can do Patricia Smith Photography and then just do a / and then the domain. So / newborns, / family photography, or / boudoir if you do boudoir. You can definitely do that. And then my recommendation within that is, actually, I don't think I can screen share on here, but my recommendation is that your website description for that page title that shows up when that website shows up should have that keyword in there. So you can kind of bypass that. So if it did say Patricia Smith Photography / we're just going to go with newborns / newborns, the title for that page that should show up when it comes up on Google should be Newborn Photography by Patricia Smith. Does that make sense? So that is a kind of like a side shortcut, if you will, if you don't want to get all new domains. If you're just starting out, definitely get the targeted domain. If you're already been in business and you have it all, just separate out the landing pages. And when you do that, like, you can have connected like newborns and family and stuff like that. But if it's boudoir, you want that separated from pretty much everything else, and you don't want any navigation back to any other of the other genres. I go over all of this in my Websites That Work and Convert training 103. I think that's coming up in September. If you guys are interested, just go to bschoolforphotogs.com. But yeah, hopefully that answered your question. Awesome, guys. I have about 4 more minutes if anybody has any more questions. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else is going on. If there's any other questions that popped up. I am frustrated that Facebook's not working, but I have learned that technology is such a pain in the butt sometimes. Oh, Lexi, you answered your question. Side hustle for event and creative portraits. Gotcha. Yeah, I would just reach out to maybe even if you see an event that you'd love to shoot, just reach out to them and say, hey, I'm working on building my event, my portfolio for event photography. I was curious, if you guys needed any additional photographers, I'd love to shoot your event. So I would just reach out to people that you want to shoot, or just put out to your family and friends on Facebook that you want to do some creative shoots and you're looking for specific type of muses, and then just offer them the digitals in return for being your muse, or even for the event. And, if you're doing it for an event, ask them, say, hey, I'm more than happy to do this for free, but if you use these pictures on anything, I would really appreciate it if you would tag me. Patricia, do you think brick and mortar is better than on-location photography? It depends on, well, first of all, no, I don't. But I also think that it depends on what you shoot, what your genre is. I personally think that unless you're doing, like, let's take family photography. I personally think that what the market wants in this day and age is more on-location, lifestyle type of photography for families. And so that is not in the studio. Now, the only thing that I see in studio for families could possibly be newborns and or really high-end studio family portraits. I'm talking the thing that's like a legacy piece that you print and frame and put over the mantle, like over the fireplace. Like if you're doing something like that, I think in studio is great. But I think for what's selling in the market right now, lifestyle photography outdoors, in their own home, on location is actually more what people are paying for and want. What genre were you thinking, Patricia? I will say on the side note, brick and mortar it's more expense. So if you've been in any of my trainings, then minimize your expenses so that you can maximize your profits. It really just depends on your business structure, what genre you're shooting, where you're located. Probably it's not like a clear yes or no, but more of a kind of an individual based answer. Okay, family, weddings, newborns, to name some. Yeah. So like I said, I already explained families. Weddings are almost always on location. Engagements are not gonna, Like I just don't think that people are as into the traditional studio-esque type of photography these days. I think they're looking for something a little bit more creative and like more lifestyle. Newborns, obviously, like I said, you can definitely do that, but I definitely also think that having a kind of like on the go pack-up studio where you can do some studio shots on location at the client's house is very big right now for newborns. Being able to go to them in their like home and take those images and to really give them that lifestyle shoot is what a lot of people are preferring over studio, which I'm not saying there's not people out there that will pay for studio. So I just don't think it's important. It's not a necessity in order to have a profitable, successful business. Is that kind of what you're asking? Lexi, okay, how did you initially balance getting into photography and learning the craft, but also keeping a standard job? um, well, that is just what we do. We have multiple businesses all the time. My husband and I have been business partners for, for years. We originally did real estate together. When the real estate crashed, we had 47 rental properties going into 2008. And then pretty much lost everything. Went from like over $1 million net worth real estate portfolio to hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. And yeah, like we had a painting business, we had a junk hauling and demolition business, all while I fell back in love with photography and started earning money to start my boudoir business during that time. So I would say that my recommendation is just tiny disciplines. So if you're looking to master your craft while you're doing a job and you're looking to start your photography business, then just set aside, schedule it, put it in your calendar as a no negotiation meeting, if you will, to spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever you feel comfortable with, either once every other day, maybe 3 times a week or once a week. Maybe it's an hour on the weekends, and make that date with yourself to actually practice your skills, learn your camera better, watch YouTube videos, and really, watch educational courses and really get better at your craft. Obviously, if you can do that 3 times a week, for 30 minutes, you're going to consume a little bit more and master your craft a little bit faster than if you can only spend 30 minutes each week. But really, to be honest, what is actually going to work for you is going to be the best, because you want to choose a time allotment that is actually going to be something that you can stick to. And did you learn the craft via school, YouTube, or Udemy? Actually, I learned in high school on film photography. So I learned in the darkroom, and don't ask me, I couldn't develop film today. I have no clue. I don't even remember. But I learned on film, and self-taught on digital, and self-taught in what I call the digital darkroom, Photoshop, Lightroom, and stuff like that. So YouTube videos, just learning. But yeah, so learned on film, but then had to basically learn all about digital on my own and self-taught. So to be honest with you, if you're looking to create a photography business or learn your craft, I don't know if you were on Lexi when I very first started, but I have a course coming out that I'm working on that will basically give you more information that will make a better difference in your photography and in your business than 4 years at an art institute or, an art school. So, not saying that to brag, but it's great to go to art school, but they definitely, if you're looking to do it as a business, they're not going to teach you the right things. And I think it's something that you can learn on your own, and you don't need schooling or a degree in order to make hundreds of thousands of dollars from your passion. Just not necessary. Lexi, reach out to me at support@lawmariebusiness.com, and I will put you on the first notification list for that course. It should be coming out, to be honest with you, I can't give you an exact date. I'm hoping within the next 30, 45 days. But I have so much on my plate that I'm working on, that it is coming along, and I'm getting close, but it is not all set up yet. But I will let you know for sure, and you will be first notified first. Any specials, beta launches or anything like that, for sure. Awesome, guys. Okay, I'm 5 minutes over, but great questions. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of the month, and I will see you. Well, I had a video come out this morning. If you guys didn't see it, definitely check that out on my YouTube channel. But I will see you guys in the next videos on Wednesdays. They come out every Wednesday, and then I'll see you live in September. That's going to be probably the 3rd, maybe. Anyways, awesome. All right, guys, have a great rest of the day, and I will see you soon. Oh, make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you're on YouTube, give this a thumbs up if you like it. It's not really for my ego, to be honest. It's just that the more thumbs up you get, then the more YouTube, so that I can keep helping photographers start thriving in their business instead of starving. So definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you guys want more, awesome tips and tricks on creating and building a successful and profitable photography business. All right, guys, bye.